All right, I'm starting off kind of in the process of creating my headdress already for my evil sorceress. So I should probably show you where I'm at. Now, I bought these branches from Michael's. They were, can't remember, it says $9.99 US, $12.99 Canadian, and they were 40% off because of they were having a sale. So it's like this huge long branch thing, and then you just pull the branches off of the stems. And I pulled them all off, and luckily there were 7, which is exactly what I needed for my headdress. And then I bought this headband with like the spiky things out of it. I bought this from Spirit Halloween, and it has some gems and stuff on it. So the one in the center, this had 2 gems. It had one here and one at the top, and I just cut it off with some pliers, like some shears. And then I just added the twigs. I put them first. I put the headdress or the headband on my head, and then I kind of placed it out where I thought the twigs would look good. And this is what we've come up with. Now I'll put it on and then I'll show you guys what it looks like on my head, but this is kind of like where we're at. And I know the background is very messy, so let me show you in a different area, and then I'll put it on and physically show you what it looks like on. But the reason that I did it this way is because I will be filling in the rest of it with like feathers and like pine cones and roses and like all kinds of earthy crap basically, just like stuff that I want to combine into my costume, because it is going to be an evil sorceress. It's not going to be like an enchantress where it's all like seductive. This is like, you know, living from the earth, you know, picking up natural products like twigs and pine cones and feathers and things like that and combining it into a costume. So that's why I have it like this. If it was going to be an enchantress, I would do all black, everything black, but I have different color. I have a lot of black. Don't get me wrong. Black will be the forefront of the costume because my dress is black. That's why the main color is black. But I also have some purple roses. I have black roses. I have like brown sort of, I'll show you them in a second, but pine cones and feathers and twine and things like that. So I'll show you all that in a second, but this is what it looks like for now, and let's go take a look at what it looks like physically on me. This is what it looks like. So it's going to be just twigs all over the place. They don't have to be in any specific pattern. I did put them on the corresponding, just for symmetry purposes for the base, I put them on the same like little pokey things, posts, but they don't like go the same way. Like some of them come forward, some of them go back. So you just have to make sure that you put it the way you want it when you're wearing it. And I kind of want it all over because I am still going to add like feathers and stuff like that to it. So this is the start of the headdress. And now I'm going to add a couple more things to it. So let's go and take a look at the materials that I have for it. So the lighting's going to be a little bit off because I have other things like the glue gun and stuff plugged into my outlets, and I don't have a ton of outlets here. So like I said, this is what it looks like for the headpiece. Okay, it's going to be hard to see because there's that was really graceful. Anyway, I have this huge headpiece going on, and I need a proper place to sort of create, but the only place that I can do this that has outlets is my vanity, and my vanity is a very small area. Now I have the desk beside me, but if I'm working there, I can't reach the space that has the outlets. It's all a thing. But anyway, this is what I have for pieces. So we have some pine cones, and there's quite a few, and the reason I picked this one is because it has twine on it. So if I need to, I can like probably undo this and pull off with the twine, and then I can add it. I can pull them off and then like tie them into the rope that's hanging off of my staff. That'll be a whole other part of this video. I have twine. I have more twine, 2 different kinds. Like this one looks a little more neat. This one looks a little more weathered. So I kind of like the weathered one. I also have this netting. So it's like a decorative mesh, which I will probably use to fill in this part of the headdress just a little bit to add like where things can be glued to and stuff, and it'll also add a filler to cover some of those spokes that are coming through. But this will probably be like a bit of the base, but I have to of course add those branches first before I do any filling. And then from Michael's, I bought a whole bunch of these like really loose feather pieces, which I feel like these will look really nice sort of sporadically placed in here. Plus these are like little pieces. I can like cut that off and attach it to pieces if I want. So I have 2 of these, and then I have black flowers. I have some purple kind of flowers that are like, it's like a dirty looking flower, like a rugged like blah flower. It's not like a vibrant whatever. And then I have some feathers because I didn't have feathers from online, but these ones also have some texture and color, almost like an oil slick shade to them. So I picked up these. So these will probably be used in the like headdress thing. Then also from Amazon, I have black feathers and these feathers, and now I want to combine the light and the dark because I also need to bring in like the twine color and stuff. So I want everything to blend. So I'm not sure the purple flowers are gonna flow, but I might sneak them in there just in case. And then I also want to add in some twine. I have this color. I thought I had a black twine, but just a tiny little bit of it. I do have black twine as well, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one. And then I also have some bones if I need to use them. So this black cord. So I have a little bit of black leather, but I have quite a bit of brown. But I also want to take this and add it into the bodicey part, like the corset part of my dress, which is a dress from Torrid I bought last year. And I think it's still available. I should put a picture up in here. I'll try and find the picture and I'll post it up in here so you guys can have a look at what the dress looks like before I add anything to it. I'm not going to like dirty it or sew onto it or anything. I want it to be utilized year after year. So the only thing I would do is probably add twine to the front to make it look a little bit more like rustic, old-fashioned-y. But now I just need to figure out what I want to do for the rest of the headdress. I also need to make a neck piece, so that's why I'm not sure if I want to chunk out on the necklaces or if I want to go with like a shoulder / neck feather piece, or like put that on top and be able to take it off throughout the night. I have all these plans in my mind and I just don't know what to do with it. I also made vision boards, which I'll show you guys. Hopefully I will have already put that in the front. I'm filming this just kind of willy-nilly, no structure. No structure, and I love structure, but this is just everything that I have to work with, and then anything that I need I'll just step out and get at that point. But I'm pretty sure I have everything that I need, so I won't need to go run and grab a bunch of things. So I just have to do a little bit at a time. I think that'll be the most successful for me. I also need to make wristlets. So I want to add, like I have little ones that have like baby skulls, like they're tiny little skulls on them. So I want to add stuff to that, like maybe some more twine and things like that. So I think the next thing that I will do, because these are quite heavy. So I think if I add these to the headpiece, it would probably be just like 1 or 2, not more than that, because it's just, they're too heavy and that'll be sitting on my head all night. Plus, I'm going to get my hair done. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. I'm very much looking forward to getting this completed. I can't believe I finally started it, but I have been sick often, and now I just want to get better. Basically, to do this, I just glue gunned inside. I put glue on the spoke first, then I put that down, and then as it was drying, I would squirt glue inside to hold it, and then I would just let it sit in place. And this is what I came up with. I really like it. I think it's great. I think it's going to be a nice addition, and I like that the headband is like a little bit wider because I will have braids and stuff in my hair, and I want to make sure that it's something that I can take on and off throughout the night. I do really like the way that it looks. I think it's very creative, and I'm happy that they're not sticking out everywhere, but I will fill this all in, and then I will have a bunch of stuff like feathers and all that stuff. So I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to getting this accomplished, but baby steps. I have currently been adding these beautiful, I don't even know what they are. They're supposed to look like feathers, I guess, but they're almost plant-like, maybe fern type things. I don't even know, but whatever they are, they're a beautiful addition to this absolutely gorgeous headdress. Absolutely stunning. I have added 2 on this side and 2 on this side. So this is what we are looking at right now. Yeah, hello. So I absolutely love the way this is turning out. And then next I have to add a few feathers. So I have cut a ton of these like raven looking feathers. They were on a little bushel from Michael's and I cut a bunch of them off. They almost have like an oil slick effect to some of them. These ones are black, but then the odd one has this like oil slick effect to it, which you can barely see in the camera, unfortunately. But anyhow, I'm gonna add, I have about 8 or so feathers on here, and I'm gonna add those feathers to this front section. But I also think I might add some tooling to the front, but I'm gonna wait until I get everything that's tall glued to these posts. And then once all of that's done, then I'm going to add some of that stuff in the front and then add like acorns and things like that. So currently we are at this stage, so I'm going to go ahead and add some of the feathers. So I'm currently using a glue gun, which is plugged in right now, so I got to be careful with it. And I have the feathers that I want to add. I also have a few black flowers. As I showed you guys before, I have purple flowers, and I also have some of these leaves, and I feel like this color combo is pretty good. So I'm okay adding these things into here. Whether I do or not, I mean, we'll see as it goes, but love the acorns. These are kind of heavy, but I mean, if I'm adding like the odd 1 or 2 or 3, it's not going to be that bad. I just don't want to have so much weight on my head that it's uncomfortable throughout the evening. I also need to add a few of these. These feathers don't say what kind of feathers they are. I don't know what these look like. Prairie chicken? I don't even know what these feathers look like, honestly. But they're very beautiful. So I'm going to take a couple of these out because I will be adding these into the remainder, like the rest of my costume. So I want to make sure that I'm adding everything kind of in together and making it cohesive so that everything kind of flows. I also have these little cuffs that I got from the Dollarama, I think. Yeah, Dollarama. And I want to try them on first. It looks like you can tie them so they can be as tight or whatever as needed. And then I want to add, like, glue some feathers and things on here to come down this way. And I'm going to add, I have bones, like little small bones that I can add as well. I mean, those are kind of huge, honestly, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm not really sure how it's all going to work, but I'm looking forward to this challenge of creating this outfit. And I really hope it turns out well, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm basically laying things out right now on how I think I want things to look and just trying to see how things will fit. So far, I'm really enjoying the way that the feathers hang, and I think that looks pretty cool. It's going to be a lot, but I'm really excited for this, and I think filling this front part in with a bit of the tulle and adding some acorns and things are just going to add to the presentation of the way the headdress will look after. So far I'm really enjoying this. So I think what I'm going to do, there are some really cute, like this feather is absolutely adorable. And this one's short, so I'm thinking of putting these in the front, in the headdress in the front with like a little acorn in there. I know that's fancy, but I also want it to be not dirty, but like grungy. So I'm thinking I'm going to add a few more feathers in. I don't necessarily need it to be perfect, but I would like them to kind of like fall the same kind of way, a little bit of symmetry. So I think I'm going to put those feathers to the outside. And then I have a couple of other feathers that also hang like that, so I might even bunch them up so that there's like a couple of feathers on each side. I found another one that goes the same way, not flower, feather. So I'm going to go ahead and get started gluing. I am so excited about the way that this looks right now. It's just pumping me right up, and I feel like it's exactly what I'm going for. Very, like, I wanted to give off tribal vibes, but I also wanted to be very sorceress, nature, like spooky vibes. So I'm trying to amalgamate the two so that I can give off like spooky witch sorceressness. I'm very happy about this. This is really making me excited. So I think what I'm going to do is see what else I have that I can sort of throw in here, because I think I want to fill in a little bit more in here with some feathers and stuff. And then once I have the whole like spray done, once I have that all done, I'm going to try it on, and then I'll start filling in the front piece, which I am very excited for. This is really pumping me up right now. This is the headdress now. I absolutely love how it filled out. It's not too heavy on top of my head. It's not super awkward. Like, I feel like I could participate in dancing and stuff with this. I'm loving where this is at, and I hope you guys are enjoying this as well and making one of your own. This is so much fun. I'm really, really having a lot of fun with this headdress, and I can't wait to see it done. I am currently working on filling in the front now because I think I like where everything else sat. And after saying that it was comfortable to wear, I don't think I want to add a bunch of extra weight to it. So I'm just going to work on the finishing details now. I can't believe I'm saying that. This is such a fun project, and I honestly want to make this as like detailed as possible, but I also don't want to overdo it to the point where it just looks messy and cluttered. So I am just going to finish up with the front of this, and then we're going to add the finishing detail touches, which I'm really, really looking forward to. You definitely, if you're creating one of these for yourself, you definitely have to work on your placement and your symmetry, or if that's what you're going for. I love symmetry. I love things looking even and having a theme and having the same amount of stuff on one side as the other. Of course, it all depends on the project, but what I want to do is add an acorn, and I know this is like zhuzhing it up a bit, but I think I'm going to add an acorn, and I'm also going to add this really fun feather in here in the front, and I'm also going to add one of these in the front to give it sort of a little bit of cuteness, even though it's supposed to be evil. And I'm also going to cut off another one of these acorns, because I'm thinking I might do two. I'm not sure how I feel about how that looks. I feel like the acorns give it a little more earthy vibes and not spooky vibes. And I think if I add black roses, perhaps that would look creepier, but I also need to bring this color into this. I need to add it in there somewhere. I also kind of want to add this feather in somewhere, but we'll figure that out later. Let's figure out these finishing touches. I just love how this looks already. I love how this is exactly in the way that it is right now, but I do need to add some earthy color pieces into it, because that will need to be in the rest, I think. And if I don't add these pieces, it will all be black with all of these like feathery type things. All right, I am done the headdress, and I have added a few things I want to talk to you guys about. I basically just rolled up a towel so I could put the headband around it. Excuse me, I have hiccups for some reason. But I put a big towel, and I folded it in half and then in threes, and then I rolled it, and it fits the headdress perfectly. Now I added a bone, I added some skulls. Of course, they're silver and not brown. I wish they were like beige and brown, honestly, but it is what it is. And maybe if there's a way I can come up with some like cream and like brownish kind of rustic colored paint, I will do that after. But I'm perfectly happy with the way that this looks right now, honestly. And I also added on the side, there was a little hook. You can't even see. There was one of the little hooks. I added some leather straps, and I hung some stuff to it. So I hung bones and little skeleton heads. I just thought it was a fun touch to go on the side of the headdress. And if I absolutely hate it, I can always just cut them off later or something. But I think it's going to look really cool on. I will eventually show you guys what this looks like on, probably very shortly actually. But I am in love with this. I actually love the pop of red from the maple leaf, and I'm just obsessed with the way that this looks. These are from Valerie at VMRT. She put these in little baggies for me and the girls, and she put 5 of them in for me, and they're the perfect amount for the headdress, and they cover exactly where the little piece is where I have to add the leather strap. So I'm very thankful for these. It also lets me think of a friend when I'm like getting ready for Halloween, and I'm just really, really pumped for the way that this turned out. So I can't wait to show you everything on once my makeup and my hair and everything is on. Of course, that's not going to be for another month because it's still September, but I'm really excited for the way that this turned out. So here we have my cape, which is actually just a sheet of like the Halloween decorative cloth. So it's like netting, and I have dispersed a bunch of feathers and flowers, and I'm actually taking some twine right now, which I'm going to attach to the top part, which will be the collar. I'm not doing a thick collar, just sort of like where I can like flip it over and add like a ribbon around the top part so that I can tie it. So what I want to do is add these twine, and then I'm going to add beads, and as you can see here, I'm tying beads on, and I'm going to do that all the way down, and I'm going to make a few of them so that the twine will just go through like this, and it'll hang like, there's probably going to be like 6 of them, and it'll hang all the way through everything else. It's just going to be like a net and like a mess of earthy stuff. So this will be the start of the cape. So once I'm done creating all these twine things and securing all of the feathers and stuff like that, I will come back and show you guys where I'm at. So I finished all of these, and I basically am draping them across. It's not how it's going to be finalized. I just wanted to see what it would look like. But I do love that there's going to be some sort of jewel type situation. It's not stones, but it's very earthy, wooden. Love this. And I'm basically going to take another one of these, which is the gauze. I got this at Home Depot for $4. And it'll eventually look like this. So it'll have all the stuff inside of it, but it'll be double netted, so it's a little bit darker, and everything that's inside will stay inside. And also it will help with things not falling off. So that's why I wanted to do that. I do know that having these inside the netting is going to cause some issue if they're left alone, like if they're not secured in the net, they will probably swing around. So I may have to sew a little bit of these threads like around, sew a thread around to like sort of keep them in place, so that they're going to give the cape a bit of weight, but they're not going to be so heavy that it's uncomfortable to wear, because I do want it to be slightly fitted but also spooky. So what I'm going to do now is I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to first sew these things into place, and then I can get to gluing these once I know where the strings are going to be. But I also have to wait for my mom because she's going to help me sew the collar. So you guys will see, once I'm done doing all that stuff together, you guys will see the cape in its next form. So I completely forgot to start filming. So this is where I'm at now for the shoulder pads. So as you can see, I have hot glued some feathers around a piece of felt. So I just shaped the felt as I thought it would look really good underneath. And then I used felt because I could hot glue it or sew it to the cape once it's done so that it's like one piece. But I am hot gluing all the feathers on, and then I have done both of these already where all the feathers are hot glued. I just laid them out on top of like this, on top of a bounty thing, just so that I have some shape, and so it's not touching anything, but they can still splay out sort of like a shoulder. So I feel like this is most close to, like, I'm a pretty thick chick, so that's why I feel like a wider shoulder would be more beneficial, especially to shape the feathers. So all these black ones are not added on yet. They are just laying because I just want to see how it will look. And I'm going to be laying the black on top of the brown, but I'm wondering if I need a few more pieces of brown because I do want this to be full of feathers, but I also still need feathers for other projects. So, and I'm running out of the brown. I have to go to Michael's craft store and pick up one more of these. They are $7.99 US, $9.99 Canadian, excuse me, and it's got beautiful like oil slick looking feathers and then this really beautiful feather inside. And I'm basically going to drape it on top, and you'll see after, but I'm going to drape it on top of all these black ones. So these black ones will just be peeking through, and yeah, it's going to look really good. And then on the top, we'll add all the other stuff like the bones and the acorns and other stuff to like hide the center portion. But I want it to be built up so that it's actually like a larger shoulder pad. So this is where we're at now. I'm going to go ahead and glue all the black ones down on both of these options here, as you can see. So I'll glue all those black ones down on these, and then we'll go ahead. I'll show you what everything looks like and we'll proceed. This is where we're at. I've added a second layer of the black feathers so that they're sort of off each other, but it's beautiful. It's turning out really, really great. Now I'm going to be adding a layer of leaves because I will be adding more feathers on top of this, like to build it up. And yes, it's going to be very, very built up and stuff, but it's supposed to look like for woodsy. So I have added the feathers on top of the leaves. The leaves look so good. You guys, this is really coming along. I just say grab a bunch of different things and start playing. Of course, I'm using maple leaves because, hello, I'm from Canada. And also, this is like what I had. But I went back to Michael's and I got the red ones. They did not have the black ones. So I cut the feathers off. You can see there's a bunch of different feathers here. Some have red, some have like this oil slick look. Some have more of like a red tone to them. And I tried to use all the ones with the oil slick that had the red tuft at the top. And I love it. I love it so much. It's looking really, really good. That's going to look great on top of a shoulder. So very, very cool. And then sorry about my arm. What I'm going to do is I'm putting this on top down the center, I think. Maybe, maybe not. I haven't decided. I'm kind of working through this. I was going to put this down the center to cover everything and then put the acorns. I was going to put acorns. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all that stuff together and see what it looks like. All right. So this is what the finished product would look like without the red flower underneath, pardon me. And I'm kind of digging how it looks because you can still see the little tufts of red here on the feather, sorry. I still have the bones they actually bend kind of downward so they would fit perfectly in the leaves. And I think from the top angle and the side angle, it just all comes together so nicely. So the finished product, don't mind my face or my shirt, but this is the finished product. I think it looks fantastic. I will show pictures as well so you guys can see better because obviously right now I don't have a good angle, but I am just loving the way these look, and it'll be so much cooler when it's attached to the cape and I can just throw the cape on. But I'm really, really excited about how these turned out. I am obsessed. Yay. All right, I'm so sorry for the fact that it's super dark, but I have to have it like this because I wanted to show you This is just a tiki torch from the dollar store, and this is a solar light from the dollar store. This was actually bought at a garage sale, but it's from the dollar store. It had the tag still on it. So this is what it looks like. Okay, this is the beginning. This is the stages of what you will need if you're going to make a staff. Now, I have put the solar light in here like this, so you can see it's got like the glowy, bubbly thing from the top of the staff. And then I have this skull that I'm just going to hot glue on the top of it so that it's like this, a staff with, and this has a jaw that moves. You don't necessarily need that. I just got this from the dollar store, Dollarama, for $4. And I'm going to hot glue it on top of here. Really, really, really good though, but at least hot glue it so that if I need to remove it so that I can recharge this, I can. Because the button is so close to here, I can turn it on and off. And if I can fashion something on here that I can just remove, not necessarily a cap, because I don't think I'm going to be able to figure something out like that, but something that I can glue this to, because if I just glue the under part of this, it's not going to stay on there all night, I don't think. So I need to figure something to attach this to, and I don't want to tape it or whatever, because I want to be able to have access to the solar part of this if I want to use it in the future. And it's easy enough to just pop it off if you have hot glue, and then you can re-glue it again later for the next year if you want to use it. But this is the start. I will be adding hockey tape and branches around this so it looks more like a tree. And then we're going to spray paint it with some textured brown spray. And then we're going to add all the stuff back into it. So let's go ahead and get started on the staff. I've already been working on the staff. I have taken a branch and hockey taped it. You can see this kind of looks like a hockey stick. I've hockey taped it to, but you can see there's branches and stuff here. To be very careful. There's branches. This is a very small area, but anyway, so this is the start of the staff. I'm using just black hockey tape, and then I'm going to use spray, and I'm just going to hockey tape the rest. You can see here, let me put this up. You can see here that there is a branch on this end, and there's also a branch, let me see, on this end. Oh my god, this is so awkward. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and wrap the hockey tape around the rest of this. I'm also going to try to do hockey tape around each individual one of these pieces. And if I can't, I'll just have to stop it somewhere along the top, because I need to make sure that I can still put this solar light inside of here. So it just fits right in there. I actually put these around the top, so it fits actually right physically in there. So I'm thinking I may stop the hockey tape around this area and then just spray everything with the spray, because then this way these will move fluidly. I think I'm going to do that. The staff is done. I know sometimes the video is up, sometimes the video is down. I should turn it around. The staff is now done. It is taped as best as it's going to be taped. I love the fact that it looks like a huge branch. And I just need to spray everything now. Like it's going to be like a gray, textured gray. And then I'm going to insert the solar lamp or the solar light and somehow fix the skull on the top. And I still have to add, I have some feathers and some leaves and pine cones and all that kind of stuff that I need to add to this. So that will all get added as well. But I'm really excited about the progress so far. My mom and I just finished the cape. It's not actually finished, but we finished putting all the debris in. So we sewed down all of the ropes, which are these things here. And then we hot glued the back of the roses and the leaves. And then we sewed some of the feathers down and hot glued some of the feathers down. But it's all done now. And now we have to gather the top with a piece of fabric. We'll fold it over with a piece of fabric and make the necktie so that this will be the cape. And then the sides and the bottom will need to be sewn together so that nothing can fall out and it doesn't just like open on itself. But it's almost done. It's looking so great. Ah, it looks so good. This is incredibly awkward to do sideways because this is a long prop, but essentially the staff is done. And I will turn it around so you guys can see this is kind of the back. There's really no back, but like this is the way it would be when I hold it so that you could see the little, I call it acorn all the time, but it's a pine cone. So this is what everyone will see when I'm walking around with it. The other part would be the back part of it. So there you can see the pine cone. And I added a little bit of moss around. So you can see it kind of looks like a wooden stick because I sprayed it. The bottom is still kind of black from the tape, but I'm okay with it looking like that. It's supposed to look dirty. I also added a twine hand area like this, so when I hold it, I can hold it like this because the paint on here stinks and it makes my hand stink and I don't want to touch that all the time, like all night. Also, these came from Michael's. All these feathers came from Michael's as bundles. And then I just added the bundles together and wrapped twine around them. But I took the metal pieces. I cut off 2 of the 3 of these. And I hope you can see. I cut off 2 of the 3 of the bundles. And I wound that up with pliers. So I just wound the metal around all 3 of them to stay together with the pliers. And then I took a hot glue gun and I slowly took the twine and wrapped it around to this point, and then I took the rest and I wrapped it around, like hot glue gunned it around here up until here. Now this I didn't fully paint at the top because I wanted it to look different than the rest of it. I wanted it to be a little bit lighter than the rest of it. So it just had a little bit of differentiation, I guess. And then I also have the top part, which is the skull. I added moss all over the bottom because it has this on it. The reason it has this is because this perfectly fits on the top as a cap. This way, I can pull it off and I can recharge this solar light. So when I turn the light on, I can turn it on from underneath. And I will shut the bedroom light off so you can actually see. Oh, not off, but oh yeah, maybe off. I still have my flash on, but that's what you'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and put the skull cap on and you guys can see the staff completely finished. So this is the staff. Very cool. I'm really excited about it. I would love to make the skull more dirty, more like, or less plastic looking, because it's a little plasticky, shiny. Like I need to mattify the eyes and nose. It just looks really shiny and fake. So if there was a way that I could have dirtied that up before the weekend, I would have done that, but I'm going to be using this in a day and a half. So with all the other stuff going on in life, I just don't have time, but I'm very proud of how well this looks. I think it looks fantastic and I'm in love with it. I just glued the shoulder pads to the cape. My mom came through hard and she made me, I'm going to show you, this incredible collar. This was supposed to be my choker and as well a bracelet, and she put them together and made me the coolest collar. Oh my god. My husband put the cape on for me. So the shoulder pads are attached to the cape with the coolest collar. This is just on my chair right now, so it has a little string that will attach with the arms on. Oh, this is the cape, but it's so netted that it looks like everything just got caught in it, like debris, instead of it being like a regular cape. I love this. It's a little bit longer, so things are gonna be pulled and things on the bottom, but I'm okay with that. It just looks so great. It's a little, like I said, a little long for me. I cannot wait to show you guys how this all looks together when it's all on. Hello everybody, I am at the hairdresser now, the salon. It's actually my cousin through marriage. Like, she was married to my cousin and they're no longer together, but she's still my cousin. She stays, okay? She stays. We love her. my hair is quite long, but I brought my extensions. My extensions are brown and my hair is red, obviously, like copper. But I do have brown pieces throughout from the streaks that were in my blonde hair. They were black, but she did my other hairdresser did a bleach wash, so it lifted some of the color, but you can still see there's like tons of brown in there. So I'm hoping that they're like gonna match enough that she can add them in and it's not gonna look ridiculous if she thinks we should. I also brought my crimper in case they don't have one here, which I'm sure they're gonna have everything, but I brought my crimper in case she wants to wave my hair, and like it's the big 3-barrel waving iron. And I brought my headpiece and my vision board with all the hairstyles that I'm thinking of, and my hair clips that go in the hair. So I will try to get video for you guys as she's doing things. I'm just gonna check with her that it's okay that I do this, because I may obviously post this on my like Facebook too for family and stuff, but I'm very excited. So I got my hair done. It's like very Viking-esque, but I also just wanted it messy. Like I wanted her to do it like there's some parts that are really pretty and stuff, but like for the most part, I need it to be witchy. And I'm adding the jewels in the sides. She did all the ones that are in the braids, but I'm adding the ones that are in the braids in the sides so that they look like that. And there's little leaves that come down that are just little gems that you add on, and I'll show you after. But I'm gonna continue on to this side like I've done this one. Now I'm working on the top row, and I almost forgot to film it. So I'll show you what I do. You just drag the hair through, and you're gonna need 2 pliers. These are both like, one is a needle nose and one is like a bent needle nose plier. It would be better if you have someone else to do this for you, because it's not exactly easy. I'm only doing 4 on the top and there's like 5 on the bottom. So you just bend them open. I'll show you what I got after. This is, I have to take that out. It just snagged the wrong piece of hair. But the kit I got is from Amazon, and I will share that with you shortly. I just have to get this through my braid and around. This is what I mean by having someone else do this for you would be so much easier, because then you're not like pulling your hair, and it's easier for them to match the ends together. And then I just turn the backing away from the front view, so it has a little slit, and then you just separate it and like feed it through the hair. And this one needs a leaf, so I'm just taking the gem and I'm just adding it onto like that, and then I'm going to close it up. I am obsessed with this hair stuff. If I could do braids on myself, I would wear these way more often. I'm very extra. I love accessories. I love pieces. You guys can tell by my ears. I love a lot of jewelry. I'm alternating gold, silver, gold, silver. Same thing like I did on this side. It is gold, silver, gold, silver, gold. And this one's gold, silver, gold, silver. I'm super extra when it comes to loving accessories, but I don't like to switch my accessories out that much. Like, I like having a lot of jewelry in my ears, but I don't like to change it out. I want it simple. So, yeah. So now we have all the jewelry on both sides, which I think look really good. This kit I got includes these longer ones that you stretch out, and I'll show you in a second how to stretch those out. I do have to add a few more clasps and things on, so we'll do that on screen as well. And my son is in the room, so I have to make sure he doesn't make an appearance. Sorry for everything being all over my house. But if you're watching this to create your own or to check out the hair pieces, I highly recommend. Just don't mind the mess. But so I think on the ends of these braids, I'm going to add some deeper gold pieces. So basically they come as little circles, and you can open them with your fingers. They're very, very gentle metal, very malleable metal. And I'm just going to place it on the elastic and squeeze, but I'm not going to squeeze it together. I'm going to squeeze one piece under the other because the braid is too thin. If, like, I do have extensions in, but I don't think I have enough in, and then I'm just going to pinch so that doesn't come out. You don't have to pinch, like if you have thicker braids, cool, but like I don't, so I'm just going to go again over same style of malleable metal, and I'm going to actually just twist it because this one's really small. This braid is very, very narrow and thin. So I'm just going to braid it over top and then pinch so that it doesn't move. But then I have, you know, different kind of braids in my hair, different kind of jewelry. My cousin is the stylist who did the hairstyle. She also had a stylist who did my side braids because she braids real tight. Like this is real tight. It was even hard for me to get these jewels through. I don't like the front of this one. I might actually have to, I'll switch this one now because it's going to bug me the entire time. Even though I can't see it very well, it's going to, ooh, I don't want to pull all my hair out, but it's going to bug me if I see it hanging wrong. So I'm just going to, and the easy way to get all this out, oops, my gosh, I swear I can see. The easy way to get all this out is obviously to take the braids out and just pull all the metal out. And you can probably reuse it. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. I'll show you the kit in a moment. I just want to get this hooked in really, really well. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, that's much better. It's at least hanging back now. I'm enjoying. I love this one the best. That's closer to my ear. This one's a little bit higher, this braid. They don't sit at the same height, but that's okay. It's only because of the way the top part is. It's kind of off as well. So most of the hair is like going this way. But I'm also going to have my huge headpiece on. I'll show you the kit. So it's called Nafaboig. I'm not sure what that means or what nationality. It says it was made in China. And it comes with a whole bunch of these clips. You can find this from multiple vendors on Amazon, but they come with a ton of different jewelry. And these ones, these ones here and the ones along the top, you have to pull. So I'll show you an example one. But you basically pull the metal out and wrap it around the hair, but you'd have to twist it so that it stays on, because like this one is twisted okay, but I need to re-add one to this side, and I have to make sure it's tight because like you just wrap the hair into it. Oops, that did not go well. It might be, well, I was going to say it might be easier to make sure that it's wrapped prior to, but that won't. Or not wrapped, but shortened, and then you pull it, but you need to be able to wrap the hair in here. If there's a better way to do this, like there might be on someone else's channel a way better way to do this, but this is just what I'm doing because I've never used these before. So then it looks like the rings are extending into the hair, so you have to make sure that you pinch or tighten the bottom. So you want to tighten it so that it still looks like it's supposed to continue, but it's not going to move anywhere because the bottom part has been crimped to the bottom portion of your hair. This one feels a little loose, so I'm just going to crimp that one and then bend it. These are very, like I said, very malleable, so you can bend them, but the rest of your hair will get caught and wound up in them. So just trust you will get knots in your hair. But that is the kit. It was like $10 or $13 Canadian on Amazon. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving this. I think it looks great. I found a few fake septum piercings that I'm going to put one in the front, a big one, so that of course I have a lot of makeup and jewelry in my face and hair and ears and everything else. But now I'm going to go ahead and get started on makeup. All right, I am finished the makeup. The reason I didn't film it is because I had to watch my previous picture of what I did for the symbols on my face. Also, I was trying to look at the nails that I'm going to be wearing shortly. I'm not going to do this on camera. Just buy whatever press-ons or paint your nails at your leisure. Woo! And I'm also just spraying my face with all-nighter setting spray. Oh no, this is D-Slick from Urban Decay, or D-Slick is the best. Also, I use the NYX Epic Wear waterproof liner for all the work on my face. And for my lips, I have a MAC lip pencil. I cannot remember the shade, but it's a deep purpley maroon color. And then I'll get it in a second. And then my lipstick is a Sephora. Actually, I'll just get it now because otherwise, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to tell you. So the MAC lip pencil is in the shade Night Moth. And then, so it's way darker, but I went over it on my lip because I overline always on my lip, my upper lip. And this one is, I think it's called Red Desert, but it's number 97 from the Sephora Cream Lip Stain collection. Gorgeous, gorgeous, long wearing liquid lip if you're looking for one. Absolutely gorgeous. I highly recommend. I wear these in plenty of shades, and I actually need to find a new one now. Actually, I might not. I might just keep this and use this with my red hair. I'm trying to find new lipsticks to wear with my red hair. D-Slick. So it basically just gives you that extra buffer and layer, pulls the oils from your skin and helps leave your makeup on for longer. And I really like the way my makeup is right now. I wanted to do something around the lip, make it look a little dirty. I might even take blood and like smear blood or have it just like dripping down my face. But I also don't know that I want to do that because I'm not trying to be messy. I'm going to have to go, like I'm going to a concert tomorrow night and I don't want to have messy hair. So this is my choker. I think this looks great. I think it all goes really, really well. This is also on my cape. My mom took a choker / bracelet and because they're from the Dollarama, and she put them into the collar of my cape, which is, oh my God, so beautiful. This is all going to look amazing once it's together. I can't wait to show you guys. So basically we're done everything. I just have to put my little earrings on, which I'll do now. I bought these at a craft sale. They are little anarchy symbols. I hope these don't irritate my ears all night. They're not like the most expensive jewelry, just from like Michael's. You can tell the hooks. So my earrings are on point. And I just need to put my little sponge away, my little ghosty sponge. These are from Marshall's if you guys are looking for cute beauty sponges, and it fits in the sponge holder that I got from Marshall's as well. This was on sale on clearance. I was going to use my Suva Beauty liner for this look, but I've decided against it and I used the NYX one. Now it's hard because I don't razor my face, so every face hair was like sticking up. So I just have to go back and like pull off some of the white from like sticking out. It's really annoying, but I hope you guys enjoy this look. Basically just look up witch or sorceress makeup ideas online or mimic this exactly. It's up to you. I am so obsessed. I love this look. It's away from my hairline enough, but it's still really, really contoured, so it's deeper. I'm really pumped about my hair. I love the jewels in my hair. I love the choker with the hand on it. And now I have to go get my costume on. And here, let's pull my hair out front. And you can see there's all the jewels in my hair. There's more back here, but you can't really see because there's not a whole lot of braids. I was hoping for a few more braids, but yeah, some of them are falling. So I gotta just have a once over look on my hair because some of the bobby pins are falling out of my hair. But all in all, I love it. I hope you guys enjoy this too. So this is it for my costume, but I'm really excited and I hope all of you at some point try some of this out. It's really fun. It takes a lot of work and a lot of saving up for little pieces and finding pieces here and there that exactly goes to your vision. I did create vision boards for my costume, so I had an idea what I was looking for. So when I saw it, I knew this is it. And I couldn't be happier with the way everything turned out. So I can't wait to show you the finished look.